Hi, my name's Evan. I'm a paramedic and a firefighter here at Grand Chute Fire Department. Today I'm with licensed professional counselor and mental health specialist with Wheeler Wellness, Kelly Wheeler.
Hello, Evan.
Kelly is here to help us figure out some facts about mental health conditions and break down some myths as well around mental health. Kelly, thank you for being here today.
Absolutely.
Kelly, I've got a list here of
Okay.
conceptions about mental health beliefs that are going on in society right now.
Okay. So things people think about mental
correct.
health. Okay.
Yep. And I'm going to ask you the question,
Okay.
and then we're going to talk about if it's a fact or a myth.
Okay.
The first question I have here is mental health conditions are rare.
That is a myth. So mental health can affect anyone. We looked at some statistics. 1 in 5 Americans will deal with a mental health condition on any given year. And sadly, suicide is now the second leading cause of death in 10 to 24-year-olds, and that rate keeps increasing overall for people. So that's absolutely a myth.
Okay. Kelly, the second one I have here for you is people with mental health conditions are violent.
That is a myth. I'm sure all of us, have family members, maybe dealing with it ourselves, know someone with a mental health condition, and they're not violent at all. About 3 to 5% of individuals with severe mental health conditions are violent, and something else to consider is that individuals with a severe mental health condition are 10 times more likely to be a victim. So not only is that a myth, but actually an individual with a severe condition is 10 times more likely to be a victim.
Okay. Third question I have here for you, Kelly.
Okay.
People with severe mental illness die younger.
That's true, unfortunately. So the statistics say that on average, individuals with severe mental health conditions die 10 years earlier than those without. And a lot of that can be attributed to them not being taken seriously. So they do have a severe mental health condition, but they have physical symptoms and they're overlooked. And so they can then have physical health conditions that are not being treated, like diabetes, cancer, or heart disease.
Okay. Fourth question I have
Mm-hmm.
is there's nothing that I can do to help somebody with a serious mental problem.
That's a myth. So there's a lot that we can all do for people who are suffering. Be there for them, ask questions, check in on them, encourage them to either talk to you, move their body, reach out to someone. That's absolutely a myth. We can help in lots of different ways.
Fifth question I have is the stigma and discrimination around a mental illness can be more difficult than the illness itself.
Fact. So I think most people, it's not necessarily what they're dealing with, it's the response to it. So most people, when we looked at the data, said that people's responses or the discrimination that can happen or the lack of resources that can happen is actually worse than what they're dealing with. So that's a fact.
Got it. Next question I have for Kelly, if you try harder, you can make the symptoms go away.
So I would say that's a myth. So how I want to respond to that is individuals who live with a mental health condition, it could be biological, it could be physical, it could be environmental, they're dealing with things. And so, wishing them away isn't the way to respond to it. It's going to be creating the right plan for you to help, what you're having to deal with. So coming up with a plan with your family, with your provider, with the people closest to you.
Good answer. Kelly, the seventh question I have is most people do not seek treatment for mental illness.
Fact. So I think about 40 to 50% of people seek treatment when they have a mental health condition. I think, discrimination and stigma is part of it. I think cost is a big part of it too. I think not knowing where to turn, how to get help. I think there are a lot of reasons for that, but that is a fact. Yes.
Eighth question I have for Kelly is everyone who has a mental illness needs medication to manage the symptoms.
That is a myth. So medication is, really not a one-size-fits-all. It's very specific to each individual. Medication can be very helpful. It can be crucial for a path to recovery, and it just can be something to try, something to utilize if you'd like to. It can be short-term. So medication is not necessary all the time. It can be super helpful at times, but everybody is different.
The last question I have for Kelly is people can recover from a mental illness.
Absolutely. So I love that question. Absolutely. People can recover. They can lead happy, healthy lives. They can, figure out how to deal with whatever is going on for them. Absolutely. a lot of people, because of the stigma, because of discrimination, because of lack of resources, don't get help, and it just gets worse. And then I think they believe that it won't go away, or they won't be able to have, a happy and healthy life. But figuring out what's right for you and dealing with it, you can absolutely lead a happy life and feel better and be a productive member.
There you have it. Kelly, it was great having you here today.
Seven.
It's great to see you again.
Good to be here.
Thank you for shedding some light on some of these stigmas that are going on in society about mental health.
Thank you, I appreciate it.